So in this tutorial we are going to discuss about line chart, how we can basically generate the line chart or line graph using the R software. You realize that line chart is a graph that has all the points connected together by drawing lines between them, and line chart is very useful when it comes to trend analysis and also in time series analysis. So basically in R, we can plot the line chart using the plot function, So using this plot function, we can be able to generate the line chart. So suppose we have two variables, say x and y, and these are two variables matrices, vectors, and because of vectors we need to use the concatenating function in order to capture the values of the vector. And let's say suppose we have the vector x, which consists of the consecutive variables 1 to 9, like that, and we have another vector y, which is having the variables 3, 5, 4, 6, 9, 8, 2, 1, and 0, like that. These are the variables of y, and we want to plot the line chart of the two variable, rather the line graph of the two variable x and y. It's simple. We will simply use the plot function and say plot x, y. We can go ahead and specify the type of the chart, because actually the plot function is the same function that is used to plot a scatter plot, but specifying the type will either plot the line chart or the scatter plot. So the type here is actually line, so we'll be having L to be the type. Then we can go ahead and label the x-axis and say the x label as x-axis. We can go ahead and label the y-axis, that is y lab, and label the y-axis as y-axis, like that. We can also have our main function, that is our main title, and the title, we can say the title is a line chart, like that. The title is a line chart or line graph. We can also give it a color and say let the line have use or be of the line blue, color blue. It will assume the color blue, like that, and with that we have our line chart. So this is our line graph, or rather the line chart. So you realize actually the difference of the line chart, the function of the line chart and the scatter plot, is actually the type here. So if we have this same command and we have this type here, instead of having the type as L and we have the type as P, you realize the same command will generate the scatter plot of the x and y vectors, or the x and y variables. As you can see, this is the scatter plot, and we can change now here the main function to be the scatter plot instead of the line chart. And the scatter plot is very important because it is used in testing for normality of a given variable. So specifying the type will give you either the scatter plot or the line chart. As well, at times you realize we need to plot multiple lines on the same graph. That is, we have our x value like that, and we have our y value presented like that. As well, we have other variables. Let's say in this case we have 4 variables in total. So we have another variable, let's say xy, having x1 having the values, let's say 3, let's say 3, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like that. Those are the values of x1, and we have another variable y1, which is having the values, and these values are actually 6, 3, 5, 1, 5, 3, 4, 8, like that. These are our values of y1. And now we want to plot a line chart. Remember, these are 4 variables. We have x and y, and x1 and y1. So we need to plot a line chart of x and y, and plot a line chart of x1 and y1 on the same chart. So how are we going to do that? It is very simple. We will basically have the plot function. We will basically have the plot function of x and y, and again have a line function for x1 and y1. This is what we are going to do. We have the plot function. We have the plot function for x and y, like that. So this will generate the function of x and y, and the function is blue in color. Then I'll have the line function. So I'll use the lines function, like that, which I'm using to plot x1 and y1, like that. And the type, because I have used the L type there to represent the line, I need to use a different type. So for this case, I'll be using a different type from that, and as well I need to use different color. So I can say, let it assume the red color. And with that, I'll be having the other line presented, connecting the points using a red color. So this case, we will be having multiple line. We'll be having a multiple line graph, and this is basically done by adding the lines function. We have the first set of the variable, the first set of the 2 variables plotted using the plot function, and the type is the line, and we have the other set of variable x1 and y1 plotted using the line function, or rather the lines function. And of course, yes, we have the 2 lines presented as shown on this console window here. So basically, that is all about the line chart. We simply use the plot function to plot the line chart over this given set. Of course, there are other specification or other types that we can use. For example, here we can use instead of we can decide to use some other type, and yes, we will be having our output as seen on this chart. So that is all about the line chart. Though we have some various types that we will be discussing as we continue plotting various graphical in statistical